Hello and welcome to Nikolay's genetics lessons, and today's problem is which of the following could be type 2 restriction endonuclease recognition sites, and here is a variance of the answers. Right away we can cross out one of the answer, and this is going to be answer C. Why I want to cross out this variant? Because we see here uracil, and uracil only can be found in RNA, and endonuclease cuts double-stranded DNA, so we can cross out this answer right away. And for example, if on exam you don't know exact answer, at least get right of those answers which are not correct, so you would have better chance to choose even randomly correct answer if you would have least variants left. And of course now we can also cross out variant F, all of them, because we already crossed out one variant, so this also is not going to be a correct answer. What you need to know in order to solve this problem, that type 2 restriction endonuclease searching for palindromic sequence of the double-stranded DNA and cuts it whether inside that palindromic sequence or outside that palindromic sequence. Now let's talk about greatest mistake that probably most of you would make when solving this type of problems, thinking that palindromic sequence is the same what you already know from, for example, English grammar, which tell us what is example of palindromes, and the most familiar palindromes in English are character unit palindromes. The characters read the same backward and forward. Some examples of palindromic words are as follows. For example, civic, radar, level, rotor, kayak, and so on. So you see that we can read these words as forward and backward, and it's going to be the same word. So many people think that in genetics we also consider palindromic sequences which we can read forward and backward the same way. But this is going to be biggest mistake. Take a look. Let me write down the sequence again. So C, G, C, G, C, G. And let's say that this is going to be 5' end. I'm just choosing random end. And this is going to be 3' end. And palindromic sequence, we consider not the sequence that we read forward and backward the same way, but we have to build second strand of them double-stranded DNA. So if we have 3' end here, then 5' end is going to be here, and guanine base pair with cytosine, cytosine with guanine, guanine with cytosine. So guanine here, cytosine, and guanine here, and we are going to have 3' end here. So let's find 5' end, CG, 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 3' end. Now we read, so let me put arrows here. So we read in this direction, and the second strand we read in the opposite direction, and it have to be the same sequence. 5' end, CG, CG, CG. So this is going to be correct answer, but let's check the other answers also. For example, variant B. It looks like also palindromic sequence AG, CC, GA. So we can read it the same, just like words here, but is it going to be palindromic or not according to genetics? So let's say this is going to be 5' end. Again, 5' end, or I can put 3' end. It doesn't matter. A, G, C, C, G, A, and 3' end. And the other corresponding strand of the DNA is going to be 5' end here, and T, C, G, G, C, and T, and 3' end. 5' end AG, and here is 5' end TC. So this is not palindromic sequence, and we can cross out this variant. Let's move to the next variant, which is going to be variant D. Let's check it again. So the sequence is going to be, let's say this is going to be 5' end. So G, G, A, and G, G, and 3' end. And another corresponding strand of the DNA is going to be C, C, T, T, C, C, and 3' end. Again, you see that at the beginning, it looked like it is palindromic sequence. It read GGA, A, GG, and can be read the same way backwards, GGA, A, GG. But when we build a second strand of the DNA, now we see that this is not palindromic sequence, because here we have 5' end GG, and here we have 5' end and C, C. So this is also not palindromic sequence. We also can cross out this variant. And of course, we can also cross out variant E, none of them, because we have the correct answer, and this is answer A. One more time. Here is a sequence that doesn't look being palindromic, CG, 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 and if we read it backwards, it's going to be GC, GC, and GC. But it turns out it is palindromic when we build a second strand of the DNA. So 5' end CG, 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 and here also 5' end CG, CG, CG. So this is palindromic sequence, and the correct answer is A. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.